no! Let's fix that right away. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh my goodness. We started the whole stream silent. That's
Yes,
crazy.
but silent is always better than no visual, I guess. We could also do pantomime. That's awesome. Okay, so let's hope people hear us now. Let's see if we get some response from people when they hear this.
It's the great start.
It should be working now. Let's see. Well, while we wait for some response from people, let's continue with this.
Exactly.
I want to build a.
Yes,
when we
everyone
have,
hears us.
We got some. Okay, so maybe people hear us now.
Great. Yeah, we have sound. Yeah. Amazing.
We have. Okay.
Well, to celebrate this, I'm gonna give you some music as well.
Good. Yeah. So let us go back a little bit and tell us about this stream. You go, Hank.
All right. So this is our Stories from the FAE stream, and if you were good at reading lips, you already know this, but this is just one of the many streams we will do with this new series we call Stories from the FAE. And Stories from the FAE is actually our concept that we as a group, FAE, have decided to do. And we want to be able to tell stories as well as show you what has inspired us to create this world of FAE, which we will sort of work on and introduce to everyone as we go along with this new series. And we'll have 4 different types of streams as it is of now. We have the build stream, which you're watching now, where we build the world of FAE, mostly using this TaleSpire program, which we started to introduce to everyone in silent mode.
Without sound.
And we'll also have storytelling streams where we focus more on actually telling stories live over the internet, which is something new we haven't tried before. We love telling stories, but we usually do it in front of an audience which we can get very close to and personal with. But there's a pandemic now, so we're trying something new. We will also have the fantastic RPG streams where we can actually use TaleSpire as a virtual tabletop for role-playing games, which it actually is. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in on your stream here because I'm not doing anything.
Okay, zoom in mine. I am confused. I'm trying to get it on between these and it doesn't want to. Okay, but continue.
Yeah, so TaleSpire, it's in beta. It's called the Dragon Beta build, and it's not perfect, as Kim soon will find out. So we was on the role-playing stream. So in this TaleSpire, we will be able to play our role-playing games in our own world, and we're actually creating our own role-playing engine for this world, which I think is really exciting because I'm writing all the rules and trying to balance everything as well as at the same time creating the world together with you, which is amazing. So
it is, and I am so confused. But the thing is that also a little bit about us. We have been performing together since a long time, but we started creating this world of FAE. What would you say, 6 years ago? Maybe you could say
slowly. They're like planting the seeds of it and telling the first stories from it.
Yeah, exactly. And we started to create our different gods, you could say, and how the world was made and populated. And that's how it started out. We wanted to create a world that is fantasy and, more flexible in how you tell it. And we both love folk tales and stories. So that is kind of how it all started. So, yeah. And how the role play goes.
Yeah, exactly. We started with us going on LARPs as well and telling the stories. Or, like realizing that the folk stories weren't enough. We had to have our own mythology, and we had to create this own world, and the characters we created that we played had to be a part of that world, and it just
before we continue, how do you get this fence to be here? I want it to be in the middle.
I'm sorry,
I can.
You're working on a grid system, and that particular prop that you've selected is not centered.
Oh no. Okay, so it
I
has.
would
It's gonna.
recommend using. Let's see if I can find it
Okay.
here. Well,
No, it's a fence with that. It's they have you made a little bit grass in the corner. It's gonna be like this. It looks cute. Okay, those two were not supposed to be there. I will try to find a way to remove them later on. This is gonna be a farm, I promise you. In the end, I am making fences like I've never made fences before. Like,
oh,
it's gonna be amazing.
it's gonna be awesome.
Thank you. I hope. Oh no. Don't they click the okay, they probably don't.
I mean,
That-
we have Undead Fred writing in the comments like, "There's the sound," but he also wants us to emote with our hands. So I'll do this when I continue and talking about the third and or fourth or final stream that we'll experiment with, and that is we'll also stream when we're playing games that have inspired us.
Yes.
And that could be games that which inspired us to in our world building. For example, games that have very interesting worlds or very interesting concepts. Or it can be games that inspired us mechanically when we're creating our own RPG system or our own role-playing engine. And as I mentioned, when we didn't have any sound, Kim has been quite eager to stream one particular game.
Yeah, I've been playing Valheim right now like crazy. It's yeah. I make fences in that game. You can tell everybody. We are like 10 people playing on the same server, and I am just building houses and fences. That's what I do.
And now you're doing it here as well.
Yes, I'm doing it here as well, but I can't get the fences to stick together, and that makes me a little bit sad, but also I understand.
Undead Fred also wrote us here that they should add the ability to turn off item snapping, and I think that is actually something they've considered for the Chimera build, which is going to be the next build. This is the beta, the Dragon build beta. They're going to have an early access coming out now in early 2021, so that could be tomorrow or 2 months from now, or 5 years from now, who knows? But in the early access, they're planning to release what they call the Chimera build, which has upgraded prop system, and Kim is these fine fence posts are part of the prop system as well, I think. And where they can have props that can be picked up by characters, props that can be clipped into other things as well. And while we're talking about it, Kim, if you want to use clipping, if you want the fences to go inside each other, you can press P or that little triangle with a...
Oh, yeah, the triangle. Toggle clipping, yeah.
Which can be quite interesting if you want to... Let's see if I can do this in the corner here. If you want something to be inside something else, like here. Or
are you adding a layer of dirt to my... Oh my God.
So that's what you can do with clipping in this game if you really...
Destroying my fence, people. He is destroying my fence.
Only partly.
So
yeah, there will be a lot of updates coming soon as they get closer and closer to the early access. And the way we got over this early beta is through their Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which was
we have
over a year ago, I think they finished it. So we've been on and or I have been on and off building things in this game, and I decided to
I have had
get Kim to start cracking.
Yeah, the problem was that I didn't have a PC. I only had a Mac, and it's gonna work on Mac later on. They told us that it's gonna be a game that it's gonna be working on Mac, but at the moment it only works on PC, and that made it a little bit troublesome with me not having one. So yeah, but now I have one, so I can, as you obviously can tell, I can play.
Yeah.
So Hank, how do I get this fence to like come down?
If you hold down Shift, if you're in clipping mode, hold in Shift and then scroll down. If Shift, you need to hold in Shift and scroll down.
I am holding Shift. Oh, do I have to? No, I am. I'm totally. Oh, you're destroying my fence.
Sorry, I was gonna copy it. Yeah, it's Shift. Are you holding down the right Shift and the left Shift? How are you holding in left shift, which is the right shift to hold down.
Well, I am holding down the. Well, it's not working for me. I am holding all the.
It's very interesting.
Oh. Yeah. But if you make it work, you
Sure, I can
make that hole disappear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, also,
I'm actually gonna switch over to my stream now. I'm gonna show you how to add some music to this, so we have some nice background music to talk to. So
yes.
on the left side here, we have the different GM menus, which means I can change the atmosphere. I can change the sky to night or day. And I can also add some ambient sounds, like maybe some bird song or farm. I think we have farm. And we have, instead of silence, let's use the always amazing TaleSpire theme music. And I just do that and press apply to game board. And we should be able to hear some nice music. Now I know I turned off the music.
Well, I heard a cow. Did you just put out a cow somewhere?
Yeah, I put on the ambient for farm.
I just heard a cow. Okay.
And some ducks as well. And in the comment section, if you want to hear the music louder, let me know. I will want to be able to hear Kim as well.
Yeah. Well, I can never shut up, can I? Okay, so I am. Okay, the funny part is here that the fencing doesn't really clip. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, exactly. The corner doesn't fit properly with the rest. Since we had a cow mooing in the background, I'm actually gonna add a cow to this. So I go to the build menu, and over here I have animals in the different character and creature assets. Let's see if we can't find a cow. Oh, there was.
I am creating my fences.
I don't know why I just put a cow in the field. He's supposed to be in his pen of his own, but you know.
Yeah, but this is a cow field.
Yes.
Where we breed cows. Okay, so we also have to talk about the cow, or actually how they show miniatures in this game. Yeah. So, because it's a tabletop game that is showing miniatures, all the characters and all the different creatures and beings are in like a miniature. So it's really cute. And
not all of them are cute. Some of them are
not
scary.
All. Yeah, I know, but they're still like walking like really funny when you walk. Okay, you just size that. Okay, so it's still funny because they are not animated. It's like the whole it's a miniature, and that is kind of cool about it. Yeah, it gives you the tabletop feeling, even though it's not actually a tabletop because it's
virtual.
So
that's the game studio that made this game is called Bouncy Rock Studios, and they are a Norwegian-based studio, consisting originally of only 2 people who had this idea and started programming, and they started a Kickstarter for TaleSpire, and now I think they have a few more people working for them, and they have outsourced some of the character creation to Eldritch Foundry and things like that. So the project is growing, both in number of people involved and all that.
Well,
I just
we
felt
can
like
also
putting animals in here.
Yeah, you could think that I have never seen a farm putting a fence around a field, but
it's
I
to
grew up
protect
with
the crops from the dangerous crop-eating wolves.
Okay, the vegan wolf.
Yeah,
they are
a vegan
dangerous.
Wolf.
The vegan wolf.
So the cow is here to
they
protect the crops.
They are more vicious than anything else. The vegan wolves. Don't try to argue with them. So yeah, I need to build a house. This farm can only be a field. So are you? Oh, you're putting out tiny. Okay, they're not that tiny though, but they're kind of cute. Is that from the swamp expansion?
This is from the latest expansion. Yeah, so they keep adding what they call booster packs. And sometimes they add expansions as well, like huge expansions of like really big updates. Okay, that's too big. But the latest one was the swamp expansion, where they added a lot of more exotic sort of wildlife as well as one new character, I think.
I want to. So, if I want to make a farmhouse, is the tavern category the best category to go?
I would go rural or tavern. So rural is more
Rural.
like when we were playing Valheim yesterday and I built a nice little
Yeah.
watchtower, that's more the rural setting, and tavern is more.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, I can see. So the rural walls are what? Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I am
I'm gonna
trying
go
to.
to
I'm
your
gonna.
stream now so everyone can see what you're doing.
Okay. Good luck with that. To see what I'm doing. I am mostly confused, but that is good because we are a lot of confused people watching this probably. Oh, those floors were beautiful. Can I get out?
And
okay, so
we have. I can't pronounce this name. I'm gonna call you Lovisa. Asking, you should add super chat, and I say, yeah, we should add super chat. And then to them who are asking that, I'd say, look at that nice little subscriber goal down in the right button there. We need to reach our subscriber goal about 10 more times before we can add super chat. So tell someone you like to subscribe to this channel.
Yes.
However,
awesome.
You can always become a patron for a month if you feel like that, and you'll have a nice little what do we call it, graphic.
Yeah. Let's talk about our Patreon a little bit. Okay, so we have Patreon, and that is we like fantasy, and Patreon fits us right to it because Patreon's idea is like they did back in the days. They paid jesters of the court money to do and represent them in different ways. So today we don't really have that kind of people doing that, but we have Patreon, and Patreon is a website. You can go in and well, it's subscribe, you could say, but you can also donate money to our cause, you would say. And that is the cool thing about it. And what we have done with our Patreon is that there's different tiers you can go on. You can go all from gentleman, gentlewoman to a king or queen, or even an emperor or empress, depending on how much you want to donate. And the funny part here is that we will make you populate our World of FAE. So when you donate or go on Patreon, you will be able to create a character in this world, and we will add this character to this world, and maybe it will show up on our RPG streams where we let people meet different people around the world, or maybe we will create that character's farm or blacksmith, or you never know. So check in Patreon. We will link to that, I think, somehow.
Yeah, well, you can always check in the description, actually, at the bottom there. We have a link to our Patreon, and you can go check it out. And as you said, we have different tiers where you can become get different titles in our world as well. But yeah, we are far away from Super Chat because that's how YouTube works with its subscriptions, and they can't have monetization for everyone. That would be crazy. What if everyone could earn money? That would be crazy. So that we're trying to reach our lovely subscription goal of 100 people, and after that, I guess it's 500 people, and after that, it's 1,000 people. And once we reach 1,000 people, we can have super chat, and we can also have community posts and things like that to actually communicate better with our subscribers. Right now, I'm communicating by making short videos and using YouTube Shorts to add small memes. If you haven't watched today's...
I think I am overdoing it again. I'm making too big of a house. I always do that.
You should always start with the walls and build from there.
Okay.
That's why they come with pre-made walls, like walls that have floor attached to them.
Well, okay, so I will start with the walls now. I made not the walls first.
I'm gonna move this evolved little wolf. The vegan wolf turned into super vegan.
Yeah, it's transformed into a super vegan wolf. Lovely. Oh, I made a wall.
Nice.
Cool.
It should have windows though, but we can add that later.
Okay. Well, we added windows later on when I understand how. Who needs windows? Back in the day, windows were expensive. So expensive. not doing that.
Well, since we
Okay.
didn't have any sound in the beginning, I don't know how much I told everyone about TaleSpire. I told them now about its virtual tabletop and everything, but our plans, as I said, is also to be able to do role-playing campaigns in this setting. And when you do that, you can remove game master privileges from Kim, for example, and he'll just be a player, which means that he can walk around the world when I tell him it's okay to walk around. But then he can try to open doors, and he'll be stopped, and I'll get a little message where he says he's asking for permission to open this door. In which case, I can then ask him to throw a certain dice and make a certain skill check, which can be made in the game, or you can make it in real life by using a nice little dice generator. If you're using, oh no, it's rolling away. If you're using the Dungeons and Dragons system, it's usually a D20 that you throw around, and you get to make skill checks with that. And you can see who made the roll and what ended up as being the result. So basically, you can let your characters roam free, or you can do like I did before. I can make a little marker here, and I can fetch all players to that marker to like get their attention. I can create cinematic modes where I put a cutscene block here, and I take a little shot of this nice little setting here, and maybe I grab another shot, and then I can force the perspective of the players to see these different things. So there's a lot of tools for game masters and players alike to actually create their own world. But if you're building the house, Kim, I'll start building the environment around the house.
Hey, do that.
Think about that.
Oh, okay. So this is exhausting. This is, well, I am not a carpenter. That is for sure. Anyway, so we have been working on the world of FAE for a while now. We have actually been doing fire shows in the world of FAE for at least 5 years, I think. We did start with our Primus was one of our first shows we made. That is played out in the world of FAE.
To be honest, that kind of got retconned into our world. It's like this story would fit into our world, and then we started adding things that it's part of our world now. So
it's part of our world.
We didn't create Primus like to be in our world, but it sort of ended up being in our world.
Yes, but it's a beautiful story. It's a story about a hero and the hero's journey, you could say. But not only the hero's journey; it's also the hero's lover's journey as well. So it was a appreciated show. We had a lot of people loving it. I don't know if is it Patreon only to see it? We have it recorded, I think.
Do we have it? Yeah, right now I think it's only for patrons. It's in our Patreon exclusive archive. That's right.
So
but there's a lot of other shows that aren't Patreon exclusive that you can watch on YouTube right now. But don't leave the stream.
Yes. Doors. I bet there's only like one sided door. Where is it to? Do I want a gate? Do I make this a barn? No, I'm not making. I'm making this a house. Okay, this is gonna be frustrating for me. I wanted it to be the same on both sides. Anyway,
You should have single blocks as well. If you haven't found them already. Oh yeah, you have single blocks. Okay.
Yeah, I have single blocks. I am gonna make a door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a prison door. No, I'm not gonna make a prison door. It says a sewer door. No. Dungeon. Fancy door?
There's the stone. I thought you could use
that is
these as well. I'm gonna put some stone walls here that you can copy later.
Oh, cool.
I was looking for
Okay, so if I want to make a door,
you should go to
maybe
doors.
Doors is our own. Yeah, okay, never mind.
But
But there wasn't any wooden door.
Dungeons.
Okay, peasant door. I found it. Totally a peasant door. I want it to be a peasant door, maybe. Um, okay. Cool. I am deleting that one. Okay, I
You want
brought
me
some
to
floor
delete the
with me.
stone walls as well? I can just move them over here.
I am creating beautiful
I'm
things.
also gonna kill this big wolf and remove the dice, so you get.
Can you while we do this, can you explain for people why we started this stream to begin with?
Why we started the streams? Well, as we talked about, we have this world, and we've had it in our heads for quite some time, like 5 years now, and we've been slowly
Yeah.
adding stories, and we've been like creating. We have been playing role-playing campaigns in the world with our friends, and it sort of ended up like we've stagnated a little bit, to be honest. We've and mostly because of the pandemic, we haven't had any shows to create. We haven't had any audiences to tell stories for, and we haven't had that much influx of inspiration. So we decided like we want to meet our audience again. We want to tell stories again, and we want to be not pressured, but we want to be sort of motivated to actually keep on working on this amazing world of ours.
Yeah.
So, since we can't go out there and tell the stories to your face, we decided that it would be better to do it online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And force it on your
and
face.
force it on
No.
you, force it down your throats. And since Talespire was in beta and it's soon going to be released, we thought, hey, why not show people this amazing engine as well at the same time? And we thought, what if we could build these really cozy environments that we usually perform in the real world? If we could build them virtually and still tell stories under a nice big oak tree filled with lights, or in a deep forest, or in a nice church ruin like we do on Medieval Week, for example.
Yeah.
So we started playing with that idea for a while, and then we just decided to give it a shot, see what happens. And of course, while we're streaming, let's call it, it's a game. It's a virtual tabletop, but you buy it in the Steam store and you play it on your computer, so let's call it a game. Since we're already playing a game, we thought we might as well stream some other games that we find interesting or that we want people to know about. So we decided to...
Games that inspire us.
Exactly. So we wanted to people to be able to share in what we like to do, as well as get people to know us better and how we create our stories and what inspires us, and what goes through our head. Maybe
we should like try to explain a little bit about our world, because so we are talking about this game and a lot of inspiration about our world, but what is actually our world? What is it?
Yeah.
You go.
I go. Okay. So
you go.
We're calling it the world of FAE, and for those of, I see some of the people in the chat have been patrons, but those of the patrons have already seen what it is. They've seen our Patreon page where we explain it a bit better. It's a fantasy world with the classic. We have elves, we have dwarves, we have humans, and we have sort of orcs, not really orcs. We have goblins, and we have all these amazing creatures and people, and they have these kingdoms. I don't know, I'm not making it sound as beautiful as it is in my head, but basically
okay, but let's start from the top a little bit. Okay, so we started out like, in every creation you want something to create the creation. So we started out with 4 pillars. We call them the 4 pillars, but they are kind of like gods or godlike creatures. There are 4 of them, and they have their very own storylines and stories and how they become and what they focus on in the world. And that is how this world we have both dwarves and goblins and humans and elves. We have it's a pretty, we could say like that, it is kind of a standard fantasy setting in that way. We have some like deviants from that. We don't have orcs at all. We have something we call the Ixnas instead. And Ixnas is like um, you could kind of like orcs, but they are.
They aren't, but they are. But they are not.
Yeah.
But they are.
Well, it's hard to explain those.
Trying to be original, but I just
Kinda cool.
realized
They have
how
their
it
own
all
original
started.
story.
I just realized it started with the creation of the gods, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is how it all started.
Yeah, because we found these stories about the pillars or the forgers, as we call them, and it sort of grew from there as well. We got inspired by all these different fantasy worlds. We have Tolkien, of course, with the elves and the dwarves, but as soon as we started to narrow down what the deities of the world were, like we started with the story of Maru and how he got trapped, and we decided there were 4 of them. There was one for the ground and the mountains. There were one for the night sky. There's one god for the ocean and one for the land living creatures. And we found these 4 pillars. And once we had these really solid characters, even though gods can't really be defined as solid, perhaps, but once we had that, we sort of had our world, because they created it, and through their what do you call it? Yeah, well, through their personalities and through the gods, the world was kind of just came along by itself. Pretty nice.
Yeah, so a lot of inspiration when we start. For example, we can take Maru. It's one of the gods, or the forger. Maru was a man, but these days is a tree. So, and that is a lot of inspired from Magic the Gathering. If you know what Magic the Gathering is, there's a tree. Magic the Gathering is a trading card game, and I have been obsessed by that game in my years. So there is this card called Maru, and I was like, okay, I want a character called Maru because it's one of the coolest cards. So we started out with a god that was called Maru, and we evolved it from there. We created a universe. He's not a he anymore. He's a tree. So Maru created all living things, like trees, like life. Maru is the one that created the first life in FAE. And therefore Maru is kinda, you could say, the life giver, the one that created it all to begin with when it comes to life. And but that doesn't mean he or the tree will be the only one. There is everybody created it. We have Maru, and we have Turan, and we have Astra, and we have Okra, and they all created their own part of the world. And I don't know how far we should go into that.
I guess the forgers will probably have their own stream and their own story. I was actually thinking of telling the creation story in our first storytelling stream, because it's one of my favorite ones as well, about how the forgers were created and how they in turn created the world, and how the 5th forger, or the betrayer, or what we now should call her, she showed up and threw everything. Well, she's the trickster. We have this trickster god Ixna that she fills a very important purpose in the storytelling perspective of our world, because every good story needs a villain. And
she's the villain, but she has her motive is sometimes very questionable, of course, but there are also reasons behind them and why she do what she do. We actually, one of our FAE shows, the latest one we made, what we call fairy tales, or tales from with around the fire, is all about her creation and how she came up to be the one she become to be. It's a very interesting story, and that one we don't have filmed, I think. So that one
have
should
it on
be
GoPro,
filmed.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we have the GoPro, which is not very good. It's not it's not worth looking at. But but it's a great story, and it should also be told here someday
Yeah,
when it's time for that. Have you started to make cows out here? Yeah.
I just moved.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna remove your fence and do a stone wall around this little patty here.
okay. Well, it took me a while to make the fence, so you know that.
Yeah.
Know the
Oh wait, we can do
the
this instead.
work.
I'm gonna make the.
I am trying to make this upper level. I don't know if that's gonna work. And I have a cow roaming.
I can remove the cow.
No, it's cute
Don't
with a
have
cow.
a cow, man.
No, have a cow, please. No, so yeah, the story is kind of vast already. It's growing every day. It's growing more with well, all the different cultures we have in it. Because the world itself, we have already made a map, so you can watch. I don't know if it's
We
public
don't have
yet.
a public
Should we
map.
make?
No, we have a Patreon.
We have a public map. Okay, it's on Patreon. Yeah, so if you go to our Patreon, you can go in there and watch the map of the FAE kingdom, as we call it. And the different areas and the different countries have, of course, different cultures and different way of seeing things. The important part is that we have been working a lot to make it more wide and open, and not trying to look down on any particular way of any areas. That every area has its own culture and meaning, and why it does why it does, you know, the reasons for what it does. So we have been working a lot on that. We hope you guys will love it when you finally get some access to it. And well,
Yeah,
I am.
We will be able to get it. It's just this is our first stream. We can't talk about everything, and we can't show you everything.
No, I know. I just want to tell you.
But we can talk
everything.
a lot about what we will be showing people, because
Yeah.
it's the first stream. People might want to know, or might want to know what they're investing their precious minutes into. Because it's not only gonna be building farms, although this this is a good start for Kim today. I think you're doing great, Kim.
Well, I am trying to understand how this works, so I am happy for myself. Do I have to make, when I want to make the upper floor, do I have to make it with this one, or can I make upper floor?
It with whatever floor you want. Just make sure that if you're gonna make walls, make sure you build the walls without floor or with decide beforehand.
Oh, okay,
Some
okay,
walls
so
come with floor and some walls come without floor. So
okay, Mr. Pro over there, is it best to make the walls first before I do the walls? I am trying this out.
Because if you want floor, you should add walls with floor, or if you just want the low hang, I can show you. Let's see here.
Okay.
Either you do a wall like that,
yeah,
you build the floor after the floor planks of that wall, or you build the walls like you did there without any floor, and then build the floor around
and
that.
then I have
Just decide beforehand so you don't end up mixing the different levels.
Gonna be interesting. Okay. I am going for, I don't know, I'm going for what's with floor. I have not made any windows yet, but I guess I can make that later on. Okay, I made double wall. That is
Double
isolation,
wall all the way.
baby. They don't want to freeze in the winter, so that's why they did that.
Very, very
Okay.
smart.
Very smart, yes. Thank you. Okay, I think but that, okay, so these floors have that part. That's not very pretty, is it? I am remaking that one. That wall is go. Is this roofs? Okay, I'm not at roof yet. It's a chimney. So I don't know.
I heard a chicken in the soundtrack. So there we are, and then we can just remove these.
Oh, that's. Regret what I did.
I think they're using the same sheep sound effect that they have in Minecraft for this game. So every time I hear the background noise of the sheep, it's like.
Well,
Getting big Minecraft vibes from this.
well, it kind of is like that. It's the same in Valheim. Yeah, what I do mostly is building. You can ask the other people we play with. They're like, we want to go on adventure, and I'm like, I am just gonna be done with this house soon, and then I tear it down and start over because I'm not happy with one design fault I did. So that's me. But I am making a second floor, and so far it is just a very high ceiling.
Exactly.
I have to make. But it's gonna be a very cute house. Or it's actually gonna be a very big house. It's not very poor farmers. These farmers have money. I am telling you, they are rich.
Rich. I think I'm gonna steal the attention of the people watching, and I'm gonna go into making props in your little house.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start furnishing in here, and for this we should probably go into the build menu and head for props. And here we have a lot of interesting things we can put down. We can put down furniture, we can put down...
The mat was cute. I want a fireplace. You have to make a fireplace.
Yeah, let's make a the best way to make a fireplace right now is actually in Tower. But let's see if we can find something.
I haven't make for
things?
it doesn't really have to be this thick. Can I make like what's so thick doors?
So let's make a little cooking corner over here then. Let's put down some cauldrons. Let's also see if we can find...
Oh, those are cute.
Spike traps. No, thanks. Although this farm will need a well, so let's put one down there.
Oh, oops. Did I? Okay, you did that. I was like, did I just ruin the floor? But you
did not. Now we gotta put down some...
How do I get like... Okay, so if I do like that... How do I make floor? That is interesting. Do I have to make the floor before I make the walls? No.
No, you can just attach the floors to the wall. Let's see if I can... So you can attach them to the side simply by doing like that. Whatever level you want. Or you can clip them inside. So...
because right now it wants to jump up on...
Yeah, but if you use shift and scroll. Shift and scroll!
Okay, shift and scroll. We are doing the shift and scroll part.
Which didn't work for you earlier, but let's hope it does now.
Okay, I am shifting down. But those walls are, those floors are so thick. Okay.
If you want the thinner floors, you had the one you put at the end of the stair, for example.
Oops. This is not easy.
And so as Kim is building above me now, I can use this green slider to just shave off that top layer. And
making it
building
invisible.
Yeah.
But that's him.
Oops, I just put a
okay, so
bucket
that is cool. But when you're clipping, you can't pull out multiple ones, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, you can, but they will. Yeah, you can't do it inside things. Then they will jump on top of things. Exactly.
Oh yeah. So I have to do one by one. Well, I can live with that. I just need to make it work. What other music do we have? I want to listen to some other sound.
Yeah, we can change the music. That's a good idea, actually.
So this is the TaleSpire original music. It's very beautiful, though. I love it.
Yeah. Let's see. We can go to the campaign board setting, then go down to atmospheric settings. We can take away the farm animals. And then let's see if we can find Elf Home and see if we like that one.
Like it already.
So when I change the game board settings, Kim will actually get an update and hear it as well right away, which is nice. That's the same goes for any of the players you have in your campaign world at the moment. But unless I press apply to game board, he won't hear anything. So I could go and decide to have this music instead and just listen to it, hear the beat, and decide, no, this is not fitting for the scene. Maybe I want something else. This is too mystic, and then I can go to like a bardic jam. That sounds amazing. I can listen to it, and then when I want my players to hear it, I just press apply to game board.
I am not very good at this, but I am working on it.
Inspiring. Let's give Kim this to listen to. So then the track starts over when I apply it to the game board, so that everyone hears the same sound.
Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? As long as it's not scary, because you know I hate scary stuff. No. Ah, this is so hard.
What it doesn't see right away doesn't
Well,
hurt right away.
I have almost a zombie phobia. So Hank usually when he play role-playing games has catacombs and zombies just because he knows how to be fucked up. Fair. It's not. I don't know.
I just add.
Oh, there's no fishes down there.
Just add things.
No sun and no water, but you go for it.
Now it's getting a little bit dark here because Kim is adding a lot of floors that are actually throwing off the light from the sun. So I'm gonna do a little bit just change where the sun is coming from first of all. There we go. Maybe get some. No. We'll just have to add light sources. That's a good thing too.
Oh yeah. By the way, did you tell people that can people get this game now or?
No, exactly. I think I mentioned it before, after we put the sound back on. So you can't get this game now. The Kickstarter has ended, but as mentioned, there is an early access coming out early this year, and basically then anyone can get it and try it out, and they'll keep adding these functions and booster packs and basically finish the game. And I think early access games have a track record of never being finished. My favorite game, as we were talking about zombies, 7 Days to Die, has been in perpetual early access since its release, and it has been released like in a hard copy on a disc. I actually went to a game store and held a physical copy of the game, and then I went home and checked my Steam account and it was like, is this game released yet? And it was still in early access, and that was 4 years ago.
Oh,
And I checked the game. I played the game a week ago, and it's still in early access, version 19.8 beta something. Stable. So yeah, early access
This
games.
is like Valheim right now.
That could be like just constantly upgrading the game and never finishing it. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, that sort of captures the millennial spirit of it all.
The millennial spirit of it all.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm adding some light sources down here because it's becoming really dark.
Yeah, it's because I am putting floor on, but I think I may have put the floor a little bit low.
Let's see.
I don't know.
No, it works.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, there could be short characters going here. Let's grab a character. Let's open door and see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So when you come in through the door, you hit your head on the floor. That's a nice rhyme, though. I'm gonna add a character and see if I can walk.
Oh yeah, but the floor was so thick. It's.
I'm gonna add one nice little bard here because we have the bardic jam song going on. I'm gonna exit building mode and go into exploration mode. So I can follow him in.
You get
No
stuck.
problem.
No, he. Well, that is
No problem at all.
more than enough room. Just
Now we can
weird
just
to.
stand here by the rug and be part of the decor. Actually, I'm gonna put him over here and I'm gonna make a screenshot for our next stream.
Huh.
Does he look so good? Should you have a chicken?
Well, it's already been an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah. But the first 5 minutes were without sound, so I guess we can do more than an hour. So the stream's length will depend, of course, but we are planning around the building streams to be around 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. The game streams will probably be a little bit longer, and the role-playing streams will be probably longer as well. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna invite our friends and patrons to roleplay with us and test out this role-playing engine we are creating. And those streams will probably, or most definitely, be longer than 2 hours. And some of you might have listened to our Swedish role-playing podcast, and those episodes were like, sessions of 8 hours divided into 1 hour each. So I guess we'll have like role-playing streams that are 1 hour, then a pause, and then another hour. But you know me.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a very exciting scene.
And when you get all wind up, it's always so much fun.
Okay, so you need to put a little bit more, a few more floorboards, so I get the right light setting down here with my bard.
Oh, well, I'm working on it. I am working on the clipping thing here.
So
I am not doing well. So
I'm
I hope
following
you're not
the,
watching my stream right now because it's
do not watch his
terrible.
Stream. Let's go check his stream just because he said that.
I'm working so hard.
You can actually go. If you just turn to this, if you scroll to the side a little bit, or just change your angle a little bit, you should be able to slide them in.
See?
Oh,
no, I couldn't slide them in. They didn't want to be slided in. I tried. Because he wants to jump up on the wall. And here's down the wall. It's an even machine. Okay, so that one, it is yours to say. The one that is.
Should I fix that? I can do
that one is yours. Congratulations. It's yours.
Oh,
I am
cool.
working. Okay, a
Okay,
little
so
bit
I'm gonna
frustrating.
switch over to my stream and show them how it's done.
Okay, a little bit frustrating is that when you scroll down, like, okay, so I wanted to fill here, and now it looks like, oh, this is perfect. This is how I want it. And then if you press there, it will jump down. So you have to think like one clip up.
Yeah, some of the animations are a little bit wonky. Yeah.
Makes it so I have to. Yeah. Okay. I can make that work. Let's see. Are you adding wrong floorboards now?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how
Yes,
to
you
fix
did.
this.
You did. How did you do it so fast? That is not fair. I
don't
am
have the right
working
ones. Do you have single ones?
so hard to make this work.
Should I find them, or do you have single ones lying about anywhere I can copy?
No, I have them I'm making one now.
All right. Anyway, so
No, it's
hopefully next time we have a build stream, we'll have a finished farm, or we can show you. Actually, we're building the capital city of Sirius in another one of our boards. So you can come on in on our next build stream, and we'll show you an actual city from within our world.
And for you people that will watch it, you will also notice that it's all Hank making it, because I have not continued anything yet, because this is how far I am in this building program. Very
Progress
far.
is slow,
I am
but
still working on the
slow progress.
freaking floorboards. Ah. Okay. Should I stop here now? Should I stop?
I think. We can go to.
I am probably making it this most worst way. See?
Anyway, we want to thank everyone for joining in our amazing first stream attempt. There were, of course, some
With
issues
5
with
minutes of silence, it
5
was
minutes
totally
of
planned.
silence. Yeah, actually, I think people need a little bit more silence and time to reflect in their everyday lives. But we'll have that fixed until next time, because apparently the settings don't save. I have to fix them manually, and that's great. Anyway,
That's good.
thanks so much for joining the stream. We'll be doing this every Wednesday when we're able. Sometimes we're out doing projects, and if you want to know more about those projects, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Instagram. You want to do the pitch for all our social media accounts?
Yeah, I can do. I am stopping building floorboards now, and I will talk to you guys about other stuff. Of course, subscribing on the YouTube channel. It would be lovely if you did that, because that will help us tremendously in the ongoing streaming. We will also shout out to our FAE group, of course. FAE group. If you go to Instagram, you can just search for FAE group, and you will find our Instagram. And also, if you want to write to either me or Hank, and you don't want to write on YouTube, which of course you can do, you can also find us on Instagram. My name is kim.r.andersson. I am Mr. Andersson. So you will find me there, and you will find Hank at Hanko del Tanko.
That's me. My spirit animal
yes.
is a tank.
His spirit animal is a tank. So go for that. Go in there. Feel free to write to us, give us opinions. We will love it, especially now in the beginning. We probably love it all the time, but especially now in the beginning when we're doing this and are really working on making it a better stream. We are improving everything around as well. We are decorating our offices so sound is better. We are getting better setups to make everything look better, because this is fun and we want to make more of it, and we want to invite you all to the world of FAE. But yet again, go into our Patreon. Right now it is patreon.com/FAE Stories, right?
Yes, exactly.
FAE Stories. So go in there and watch the tiers. Feel free to join us. Maybe if you don't feel you have a lot of money, you can always be a gentleman or gentlewoman and contribute a little bit to what we do, and that will help us, and that will make us grow bigger and make more stories and tell them to you. So do that. And
another thing that helps a
lots of
lot
love.
is subscribing, or asking someone else to subscribe, or threatening someone else to subscribe.
Yeah.
Because
Threatening, yeah, well, we will do anything.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
threatening, works.
Yeah. No regrets.
Good.
No
No
filters.
regrets. Hashtag no regrets. We are telling people to threat people now, so that is good, I guess. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to us this week, and I will see you all next week.
Yeah, and
Right?
we'll see. Maybe
Yeah.
it will be one of your gaming streams of Valheim, or maybe we'll tell the story of the creation of our world. Who knows?
Yes, Did you take a screen for the next week's thumbnails now?
Yes,
Do we have
exactly.
one?
I took the barred one. So if we want to have a real story time, we have the perfect thumbnail for that.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, it's so cozy in here. It's a little bit low ceiling, but it's so cozy. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and
we love you.
take care.
And make sure to write a comment about what you thought about this first chaotic stream.
Yes, do that too.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.